and welcome to the Babysitters here. Today we are going to learn about Groundhog's Day, read Groundhog's Runaway Shadow, and we're going to learn about our own shadows. Welcome back to the Babysitters here. Don't forget to click subscribe in the box below so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Today we are celebrating Groundhog Day. Legend has it that if the groundhog comes out of its hole on February 2nd and sees its shadow, we're going to have 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, it means spring is on its way. Now this isn't just any old groundhog that can predict the weather. It's only Punxsutawney Phil in Pennsylvania. This year, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. Not ready for 6 more weeks of winter? Don't worry about it. It's just a legend, which means it's just for fun. Now let's read Groundhog's Runaway Shadow about Phil and his shadow that has a mind of its own. Groundhog's Runaway Shadow by David Bedrisky, courtesy Charles Bridge Publishing. The only thing that could keep up with little Phil Groundhog was his shadow. No matter how fast he ran or how high he jumped, his shadow followed his every move. Whether he laughed or cried, his shadow was always right there beside him. Even when Phil felt small, his shadow could make him feel bigger. But everyone grows up. Even groundhogs and their shadows. Grown-up groundhogs are expected to act a certain way, but Phil's shadow had other plans. Phil's idea of the perfect vacation was taking the bus to the local beach. Shadow dreamed of visiting faraway places. Phil loved scary movies, Shadow not so much. Phil enjoyed eating dandelions, clover, and tree bark. Shadow craved something spicy. Phil liked to be on time. Shadow liked to stop and smell the roses. At first, Phil found Shadow's behavior amusing, but a little off-key. Phil's friends found it amazing and a little gross. But soon it got annoying, and then downright embarrassing. Phil had had enough. "Why can't you be like other shadows? I wish you would just go away." Shadow was crushed. He got angry. But then he thought about it. Phil said he should go away, and he had always wanted to travel. So that night, and the next morning, and a couple of days later, and into the following week, that's exactly what he did. Back at home, Phil tried everything to find his shadow. "Oh, Shadow, where are you?" He posted signs. He used the newspaper. Then he saw Shadow making news. Without him! Suddenly, Phil's life seemed pretty dull. He longed to be exploring with Shadow. Halfway around the world, Shadow realized something was missing. He had no one to share in his adventures. The thought of searching for Shadow scared Phil silly. He'd have to travel far and wide. But the next morning, and a couple of days later, and into the following week, that's exactly what he did. He searched, Shadow, 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 and searched, Shadow, and searched some more. Finally, when he could search no longer, he had an idea. He began to play, and when he did, he heard someone gently accompanying him. The two friends played together, this time in perfect harmony. And the next morning, and a couple of days later, and forever after, that's exactly what they did. Except sometimes on February 2nd. Shadow! Your shadow is never going to leave you. It will change and grow with you. If you're lucky, you have a friend who will also grow and change with you, just like Phil and his shadow ended up growing and changing together. It's also okay that Phil and his shadow like different things. Being different and liking different things is one of the ways we learn and grow from each other. And it makes life fun and interesting. What exactly is a groundhog? It's a furry animal, a little bit bigger than a cat, and they sleep underground all winter. That's called hibernating. Now you may be wondering, what is a shadow? A shadow is the dark shape that is made when something blocks the light. The light can come from a lamp, the sun, even a campfire while you're roasting marshmallows. A shadow will only show the shape of something. It's not going to show the details. My shadow will only show the shape of my head, but it's not going to show my eyes, my nose, or my mouth. Now I'm going to use my hands to create some shadows on the wall. This is called a shadow puppet, and I want you to guess what I am making. That's right, it's a bunny rabbit. That's right, it's a cat. You guessed it, it's a bird. That's right, it's a dog. It's a dinosaur. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had fun, I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see you here next time.